A strong and independent woman is something to behold. She pays her own bills, buys her own things, and she doesn't let a man affect her stability or self-confidence. She is a soul-rich woman. Are you ready to be rich doing what you love? Be on purpose and in control of your life again. At For Women Who Love the F Word podcast, we will be openly talking about getting more clients online, getting recognition as the leader and female entrepreneur, and also the F word, being fabulous, having freedom, and financial independence. It's time to own and love the F word. Welcome to the show. Hello, gorgeous. How are you? I'm Janisha Alora, and this is the month where I'm really excited to share with you the journey of various podcasters who have embarked on their journey, whether they are a 9-to-5 employee or a business owner or even a managing director of a charity organization. They have used podcasting as a way to build their brand online, to get leads and inquiries online, and to even create meaningful connections for themselves as well as their business. Today's special guest is Deon Teh. She is the winner of Elite Instant Podcast Leader Award as well as Platinum Instant Podcast Leader Award. She has done 2 seasons of podcast, bilingual, 1 season in English and 1 season in Mandarin. Really proud of her. So today she's going to share with you from being an managing director of a company to beginning her journey in podcasting, some of the fears and thoughts that she had and eventually overcoming. And even though English is something that she had problems, that she thought that she would never be able to do it, and yet she did it anyway. So let her story inspire you to turn your mess into your message and turn your fears into fuel.
Hi, this is Deon Teh, and in this episode, I would like to share with you my success in launching the podcast. The podcast impacted my mind and soul. I truly agree that a podcast is not only about building online presence, but most importantly, it helped me sort out my thinking on my past. That's why I encountered those matters. And I realizing a calling after doing my podcast. I successfully used my second language, English, to present in my show, something which I never thought was possible. One of my friends commented that I had met the better myself, and this is a small win for me. My spiritual teacher had clicked and liked some of my posts that I feel encouraged. One of my colleagues was curious about what I was doing and asked me what it was for. I'm proud to have my own podcast, and in season 1, it has 55 episodes and can listen on more than 20 platforms and over the world. On the first day, when I attended the master class, Janisha was sharing how Soul-rich Woman helps businesses to go from offline to online. As a leader in company, I'm concerned about how to let DDG do business online too for this modern world. I used to rely on books as my mentor. I was able to learn a lot from books that I read, and they directed me to what I am. However, I need someone that understands the market and trend that where I am, that is Singapore. Therefore, I'm searching for a solution At first, I joined the Storage Woman Blueprint and I learned about how to use modern technology to promote our product. However, I was craving for what is the next and I decided to join 4-in-1 group coaching, and after that, I want to be more focused on and see result, and hence I decided to join mentorship. I want to help my company to go online. While undergoing mentorship, Janisha told me that in order for me to help my company, I need to build my own brand first. Then I realized that I forgot to love myself first before loving others. I told Janisha that I wanted to publish my own book in the near future during our mentorship, and she advised me to take up the podcast, which is the faster way to boost my authority, especially as I'm a leader to my company. Even though I was a leader in my company, I was not clear on my life purpose and journey. Through doing the podcast, I was able to find my direction, and it was also a self-healing journey for me as I consolidated all my years of experiences and stories for the podcast episodes. I was camera shy and I am unable to express myself nicely if I were to be live broadcast or video recording. Of course, I have many fears before doing, like what people will look at me, what if I cannot take it, the comments. With the help of my podcast coach Joanne Lee, I was able to overcome my fears. And since Storage Woman helps with 95% of the work, behind the scenes productions is done by them, and I don't have to worry about any administration tasks. I just concentrate to write the script and dig deeper myself. I have many complex feelings while writing my script. At the end, I found my direction, and Janisha, being my guide, told me that I can use my past experiences, transform it to tell people my story, and people who listen can benefit from my experiences and have a guide also, and maybe can shortcut their unnecessary path. On top of that, I have feel that my English not that fluent. How will people react? Am I sure I want to continue and I'm not that professional as others that are well trained? However, after discussing with Janisha, I have confidence that the team will support and help me to overcome this, and I went ahead to do my podcast show. I was also feeling anxious and uncomfortable about sharing my story and being truthful about what I feel deep inside, but realizing that this is me and people hearing my story deserve a real deal, I still went ahead with everything that is come from my heart, understanding that my intention is to share and inspire and not to criticize or destroy others people's lives. Give me the courage to go out and do the podcast. Initially, I have to convert my writing for the podcast episodes into English. I got tired as I had to use up a lot of energy thinking of what to say and sitting on the table to think what about my past. And there were a few things I had to set aside just to give priority to my podcast. But I now see this to be a big lesson in life. If you want something big and impactful, you have to allocate big energy and big focus to make it happen, and you have to set it as your number one priority. Having launching the podcast, I am also anxious about what will happen next. Then by going back to understand my intention and my goal, that this will be about doing something positive for me and for others, especially for the working mothers. And by knowing that I have a strong team of so-rich women to support me, my worries are tamed and controlled. Having launched my podcast boosted my confidence to a higher level. I feel that I just won over my fears of doing something new and being judged for my result. I feel that I'm also blessed to have crossed paths with so-rich women team who could help me make it possible. Launching the podcast gave me a great happiness that I was able to share my message so instantly to the public. And I'm the first listener to my own podcast episode every week. I also believe that exposure is magic. Now that I have shared my stories, I realize that people are actually appreciating what I did. Had I continued to hide under my fears, I would not have touched people's heart. And most importantly, my family's heart. I have also proven that this is never too late to learn something new. There's no right or wrong, but this is about taking action. It surely was a surprise to my son and my husband that I'm into podcasting. I wasn't surprised if there were shocks because I felt it that way too. By having launched my own podcast show, gave me a lot of relief and a truly good feeling that I won over my fears and I succeeded in my efforts to growing myself day by day. When we raise our voice together, the words woman power become more than just a phrase. It becomes a movement. Know that your dreams are valid and on your path you are never denied, only directed. It is time to get your voice heard.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so honored that we are connected, and I hope that I can continue to serve you as you build your dreams. And if you love this episode, and I hope that you did, rate it 5 stars. Give us that glowing review because it will help more women around the world finding the Soul Rich Woman podcast. Alone you are strong, together we are unstoppable. Now share this with every woman who needs it, because this is how we are changing the world, one woman at a time. As always, get out of your comfort zone and go towards the dreams you've always wanted to achieve. For women who love the F word, being fabulous, having freedom, and financial independence. My dear soul-rich woman, sending you my love, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.